Hey everybody, Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and we're doing a video today that I wasn't expecting to do today. I actually was going to take a few days off of making YouTube videos, but some news popped up, and here we are. The grind never ends. Anyway, what we have today is a price list of all of the summer 2021 LEGO Star Wars sets, as well as some semi-solidified rumors for what the direct-to-consumer / UCS sets are going to be. If you guys enjoy these type of videos, a like is of course greatly appreciated, and you can comment your thoughts down below. I'm going to try to keep the line pretty clear between what is a solid rumor and what is just kind of conjecture or speculation on my part. Anyway, I wanted to start this out with a refresher. So 2021 for LEGO Star Wars still has quite a bit left to go. We still have some sets coming out in March, and we have sets coming out in April or May. I'm not exactly sure when those are going to come out, but we have 3 sets coming out in March. We have a Microfighter set, which has an AT-AT and a Taun-Taun. We've seen that. We have a 4+ Junior set, which is going to be a Resistance X-Wing with Poe Dameron and BB-8. Seen that. And then we have the Imperial Shuttle, which is going to be a $70 set. That's going to include Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and an Imperial pilot, and we have seen that. So those are the 3 sets coming in March. It's just kind of a quick rumor roundup if you haven't gotten the gist yet. And then I believe we have 4 sets coming out in April, 3 of which are going to be helmet sets, one of which is going to be kind of those pseudo UCS sets with a little character build, and in this case the character build is going to be set number 75306, and it's going to be a probe droid, which should be pretty dang cool, from Empire Strikes Back at $70. The 3 helmet sets we know 2 of, the 75304 Darth Vader helmet at $70 in the United States, and the 75305 Scout Trooper helmet at $50 in the United States. I don't know the exact price of the other one, but I'm going to guess $60 at set 75307. We just don't know exactly which set that is going to be yet. That may be a store exclusive one, kind of like we had in 2020 with the TIE Pilot helmet being, I believe, a Target exclusive. Anyway, those are all kind of the confirmed rumored sets for the first half of 2021. Now, I do want to say I am under the impression, I don't know this for sure, that unfortunately minifigures will not be returning for May the 4th in 2021. It's been highly demanded by the community. I believe I did a poll on Instagram. It got over like 10,000 votes, and I want to say somewhere around 80% of people voted in favor of minifigures returning over these builds we've been getting for the past few years, but unfortunately it doesn't look like that's going to be happening in 2021. I am not at liberty to say what is going to be coming out. Anyway, let's get into all the new information for this video, the full-on price list for the second half of 2021. Although one of the sets, at least, is going to be in the first half of the year, because it's the direct-to-consumer UCS set, and we'll actually start off with that one. That's going to be set 75308. It may be set 75303. We're not exactly sure yet. There's still some weird numbering issues with what we have going on here, but at $200, I believe set 75308 is going to be the Republic Gunship releasing for the May the 4th set this year, and that just makes a ton of sense. The vote was held at this point about a year ago, and you can ascertain that they would have finished the design at this point in time and have the whole thing ready to go to be put into production probably within the next couple of months to be released on May the 4th. So we don't know that for sure. It could of course be really anything else. Who the hell knows at this point? But the best guess that I and anyone else that I've talked to have is that it would be the Gunship at $200. It just makes a lot of sense for the price point as well. And I'm hoping to see this one come out and be an absolute banger of a set. The 2 minifigs that I think the community wanted most out of this was Jedi Bob and Commander Cody, so those would be the 2 like must-haves for me as a fan in that set, and then we'll see what else we may get out of that. I wouldn't expect too much on that front because UCS sets typically don't deliver a lot on minifigures. But yeah, UCS Gunship assumedly coming out for May the 4th this year. Now, I've been talking a lot about a 3rd UCS set, and hey, that might be happening because I believe at some point between May and August or September, whatever, like there's going to be that second of the 3 UCS sets. It's going to be the odd one out, if you will, because it will be the one that kind of breaks the norm, and that is going to be a $350 set. And I am under the impression that it either has to be a Razor Crest, or I've talked to someone else and they think it could also be a Master Builder Series and/or Bunker, which is also an absolute no-brainer. The $350 price point certainly fits and makes a lot of sense with Master Builder Series because the 2 most recent ones have been $350, so that kind of fits that narrative. So it's possible it could be a Endor Master Builder Series. That would be a type of set that LEGO would have to just have sitting around, kind of like they had with the Mos Eisley Cantina. They came out and said that's basically been done for 4 years or something like that. Like, at least the conceptual models have been done, so like it makes sense that that could be something that they have done. And they could also be doing a Razor Crest. I think the Razor Crest is the more likely option, especially given that it would be a good reason to have 3 UCS sets within the time span of 1 year for LEGO Star Wars. It just makes a ton of sense to bring out a big Razor Crest, as it's from the current most popular medium for Star Wars in The Mandalorian, and you could have some extra figures or whatever that we didn't get with the original Razor Crest. You know, a lot of stuff you can do with that, I guess, and not really for this video, but from what I can ascertain, it's either going to be a Razor Crest or a Master Builder Series Endor Bunker, and I can't really imagine it being anything else, and I would expect it to come out in probably July. That seems to be the most reasonable time frame between the May 4th UCS set release and then the typical like September 15th release. That one just July fits right in the middle of those, more or less. So that's what I would expect for that. Oh, and I should say that is set number 75309. Now, getting into the actual prices of the rest of the summer sets, the sets coming out in August, if you will. We have set number 75310, which is going to be $20, and we have no rumor list with this. Nothing I can share on that front, so I have no idea what these sets are going to be exactly, other than set 75311, I suppose, which is supposed to be the advent calendar at $40. So you can see going from $20 to $40. Now, we'll get to that in a minute because the super battle packs were $30, and it appears that won't be happening in 2021, at least from what we're seeing here. But again, I'll get to that in a second. Set 75312 is going to be $50, so we have $20, $40, and $50 sets. Set 75313, which I have been biting my tongue about talking about for quite a while now, has finally been revealed in this list. I'm going to skip over this for a second. I'll come right back to it. Set 75314 at $100. Set 75315 at $160. Looks like it's going to be the biggest summer set out of all the non-direct-to-consumer sets, and I would assume that would be like a Moff Gideon Cruiser type of set. I can't imagine it would be anything else, but then again, LEGO does weird things, and who the heck knows what they could bring out, but a Moff Gideon Cruiser would make sense at $160. And then we have set 75316 at $60, and then set 75317, 318 were both Mandalorian sets that we got in 2020, as you know, Baby Yoda and the Child, and of course the Child. And then there's one more set being tacked on at the end here, apparently set 75319 for $30, and so that leaves open the small possibility for Super Battle Packs to continue on in 2021. My fingers are crossed.
Go.
Film what?
Don't give me hope.
I would personally love to see like Galactic Marines, or of course you could go and do something original trilogy like with Endor Troopers, which would make sense if it was an Endor bunker set for that other direct-to-consumer set at $350. Ewok, couple Rebel Endor Troopers, couple Scout Troopers, and a Stormtrooper all on one set, and then that would go really well with that Endor bunker set. Who's to say? I'm not really sure. Like, my reasoning against an Endor bunker is that I feel like if they were going to do that, and we'll see, I guess, if we get a full rumor list here for the summer wave soon. My reasoning against the Endor bunker is that typically I feel like if they come out with a direct-to-consumer set like this, is that earlier in the year they would put out a set or two that would be like, kind of go with that set. And right now we don't have anything from Endor in the first half of the year so far. And what I was saying about the Endor set potentially at $350 also isn't as certain as I thought, because I was thinking about it, and I looked at the Imperial Shuttle, and obviously it's an Episode 6 Return of the Jedi Imperial Shuttle, not straight from the Battle of Endor, but it visits Endor to pick up Luke, right? And they go to the Imperial Shuttle landing pad out on Endor, and that could certainly be an inclusion in a Master Builder Series Endor set, and I've talked myself in circles into believing an Endor Master Builder Series set might happen instead of a Razor Crest. Back to our big one here, 75313 at $800. $800, yes. Known about this for a while. I've been dying to talk about it a lot more. And my God, I believe this could overtake the Coliseum for the biggest LEGO set ever. I saw thrown around somewhere that it could have 11,000 pieces. I've inquired about it with some folks, and I have no idea if that is a true thing or not. We will probably know in the coming months. Maybe even the next video I make, I'll know for sure. But as of now, I would take that with a huge grain of salt that it has 11,000 pieces, but at $800, I certainly wouldn't doubt that for a big LEGO Star Wars set, although, as you know, LEGO Star Wars sets don't typically find themselves on the south side of 10 cents per piece. But if it is what I think it is, and that would be a giant UCS Death Star paneled up, it certainly could reach that piece count for that price, especially using so many small pieces. Who's to say for sure? My two main guesses with this set are obviously a Death Star, and we'll come back to the Death Star and why I think it's the Death Star more than anything else, and an AT-AT. It could be a UCS AT-AT, although the AT-AT is the lesser of the two options in my opinion. Here's why I think it's a Death Star. I've kind of gone over this a bit recently, but I have three main reasons. One, LEGO always has a Death Star on shelves. They are at the end of 2020, or they have, I guess, at this point now, I believe, retired the 2016 re-release of the Death Star from 2008, and there's no way they're going to be re-releasing that again, right? Like, that thing is done. They're going to come out with something fresh next time they make a Death Star, and every time they've retired the Death Star, the very next year, they've come out with another Death Star. My second piece of reasoning, I think this is kind of the least solid one because it just makes sense from LEGO's point of view or Warner Brothers to just do this anyway. But on the cover of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, there's a giant LEGO Death Star, and it looks like what could very well end up being the UCS one that we could get later this year. And again, that really could mean nothing, but it definitely lends some credence to the idea that there is at least the concept of a UCS Death Star somewhere within LEGO or Warner Bros. Doing LEGO things with full panels and everything. So that is on the cover art, and I don't see why that couldn't point towards it. And then to me, the third reason kind of ties back into why I think there isn't a Master Builder Series Endor, although there certainly could be, is that they've kind of left the breadcrumbs early in 2021 as far as like, hey, we put out these little sets. They kind of go towards something later in the year. And in this case, what we're seeing is that the 30388 Imperial Shuttle polybag has a Death Star on the cover art. The Imperial Shuttle actual set has a Death Star on the box art. The X-Wing is in the Death Star trench on the box art. The TIE Fighter has a giant Death Star featured very predominantly on the box art. That is 4 of the spring/winter 2021 sets that very heavily feature a Death Star on their packaging. And so, you know, I'm kind of anti-LEGO leaving hints on box art as like a conspiracy thing. Like, I don't think it usually means a lot, but there have been a couple of times where it has meant a lot. And this could be one of those times. It could also not be, and there could be a UCS AT-AT instead, or it could just be complete happenstance and that they just decided to put the Death Star on the back of these boxes because it was cool or whatever. But it's there, and that is a fact, and so it's worth at least connecting some dots. 2021 is a weird year. There are significantly less sets than some recent years, as you can probably tell just looking at the January lineup. It's really thin. There are no battle packs, there's no lightsaber duel set, and these are a bit of a shame. I'm hoping the $20 set for the Summer Wave ends up being some type of lightsaber duel set, because I've just come so used to getting those in the Spring Wave, and we'll see what happens with all that. But I thought I'd do a quick comparison to some previous years as far as the price of everything goes, because I think it may show us why we're not seeing so many sets in 2021, and the answer is not COVID. It's not. Like, that is not why. Like, all of this stuff was decided before that happened, and I honestly don't even know if it's going to affect 2022 or like really any, it's affecting how much LEGO can make as far as like production lines, but I'm curious to see if it's actually affecting their designs, but that's kind of irrelevant to this. Anyway, in 2020, we had 29 individual sets, not including the Comic-Con or Celebration sets, and in 2021, if all of these set numbers come to fruition and get released the way that we think they are going to, we'll have 22 sets, and this is 7 sets less than 2020, and off the bat, most of this is being lost in the January lineup, and in the apparent lack of big store exclusives for 2021. Those 3 sets that we got in 2020, $100, $130 for Walmart, Target, and Amazon just aren't there in 2021 as of now. And that could change. Who's to say? We could see some later tack-ons, but as of now, that seems final to me from what I've heard. And so in 2020, the total price of all of the regularly release sets, again, this is not including con exclusives, so we're excluding that, was $1,455 US, and the UCS sets total were $550, bringing the total price of everything in 2020 minus con exclusives and little knick-knack things that weren't actual LEGO sets released at retail was $2,005. Now in 2021, we're seeing a lot less sets, but we're seeing a higher price tag in total. So for all the regular sets, non-direct-to-consumer /UCS/MBS, it's looking like it's going to be about $955. That could vary, give or take some money here or there, depending on whether or not the price is finalized, where I think they're going to finalize, but that's about the price of all the regular sets. And then the UCS sets, going to be 3 apparently, again, like I've talked about recently, and what my inkling was going into this was $1,350. So the total for 2021 is going to be about $2,300, which is about $300 more than 2020, which makes a lot of sense as far as why we're seeing less sets, but we're going to be seeing more expensive sets, especially with the Death Star and an extra direct-to-consumer set. It just seems like that's the way they're going for this year. And I don't know for sure, but I've heard that the 3 UCS or direct-to-consumer thing could be a thing that's here to stay. Again, that's going to be something we'll see fleshed out in future years. We won't know for a while, but it's worth saying, I suppose. Anyway, hopefully the pricing information finds you well. I think it's interesting to know the prices of the summer wave. It looks like we have some very expensive stuff coming up as far as direct-to-consumer comes, so if you're interested in UCS or big collector sets or even the potential for either a Razor Crest or a Endor set, definitely start saving your money now. It's going to be an expensive year, one of the most expensive on record. Why am I saying on record? This isn't the weather. We've got it all on record. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, likes greatly appreciated. Peace out.